Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I got a score last night. I ended up going to see a guy and he had these heads, aluminum heads. He wanted to get rid of them for a deal, and I said, I got cash, man, I'll come get them now. So I went over to where he told me he was, and it ended up being a wrong location. So I texted him back. I said, I'm here. And he says, go to the liquor store. You can go through the back. There was no liquor store. So I said, look, I'm over here where you told me. And he said, oh man, I made a mistake. I'm not at that U-Haul location. He stored at U-Haul. So I went and met him, and they ended up being Trick Flow, the original twisted wedge heads. Now there's a shop that did some work for me, automotive performance shop. They sell performance parts and have a machine shop there in the back. He said they were decked and ported there, and he put them in his Bronco and they set. So I'm thinking all this surface stuff here, all this surface stuff is from sitting. I could probably clean all this up, but I might do a spring swap. Here's the worst of it I see. But I don't know, pressure wash it and decrease it. We'll see how it turns out. But these are 170cc Trick Flow twisted wedge heads. Now when I get there, the guy ends up being a customer I sold some heads to, a nice set of heads I prepped out. You run into some of the same people you deal with. He says he wants to go 351 in the Bronco, and the Bronco they drove to my house is now sitting. So me and him might work something out. I might grab the rest of his 302 parts he's bought and help him pull the 302 out of the Bronco and put a 351 in there. So that's coming up on deck. Nice guy, I'm gonna help him out. He hooked me up. He gave me the heads for $225, ported and decked. Let me show you here. Now that one has a little surface stuff, but condition wise, they're good. You can see they have been decked. I'll probably clean them, or they look like they've been cleaned already. Let me go ahead and show you this other one here. United Speed World did the work. There's a stamp. You can see a stamp down here. Look, I got into a little qualm with these people at United Speed World, and I had a block that the customer had, and the pistons would not fit in said block. And they told me they want to charge me for a board job, right? A board job that the block didn't need. It just needed a little hone, and they're going to charge me big money to bore out all the cylinders. There's that train I've been working out. Well, it just needed a $150 light hone in the 4 cylinders. And now they want to charge me and the customer big money. Well, I carried the piston over to the shop, 347 piston. I showed him, bro, the piston doesn't fit this bore. I said, how? He said it needs to go 40 over. I said, how does it need to go 40 over if this 30 over piston doesn't fit the bore? I moved the piston up and down the cylinder. I didn't have a bore gauge. I said, sir, bring me your bore gauge. I checked with the bore gauge in front of him. I stuck the piston in all cylinders, and he said it had to go 40 over. I disagreed with him in his shop right there and showed him, humbly and respectfully. As one mechanic to another, you have to accept if something's wrong. So we ended up notching for H-beam rods, and I bought the block from the customer. Well, when the customer went and picked up the block, the guy wrote 40 over on the block because we had a disagreement. Well, now I've taken it to another machine shop, and I figured now it might work, and I'm kind of aggravated because it messed up the 347 build. The customer got an awesomer 351, 393, but I'm kind of aggravated because I went through a lot of stuff because somebody was not honest and wanted to make a buck. So I want to let you know about sometimes people will want to make a buck and sidetrack your build because they want to make money. instead of tell you the truth. So you got to go to reputable people. That's why I go to Hayes Engine Works and Brandon, because he's always honest and he shows me why. And being a reputable craftsman and a person of your word, that goes a long way in business. You stand behind your stuff, people know, they talk about you, they know you sell good stuff. So as always, like, subscribe, and share, and keep on dreaming.